Hello Voxel fans! In this video, we're going to take a look at an impressive new program that is currently in beta testing for iOS, VoxelMax. If you're interested in trying it out, you can download Apple's test flight from the App Store, then go to voxelmax.app and follow the links below to access the beta. Beta access is totally free, though some features will be premium once the app is officially released. You can keep up to date on development by following VoxelMax or its creator, Adrian Andreca, on Twitter. I've talked extensively to Adrian, and he's got a lot of amazing ideas in the works for VoxelMax, which already has a lot of unique tools that are totally new to Voxel programs. He's very interested in not only making a program that gives professional Voxel artists the features they need, but also providing an accessible, fun, and educational environment to users of all ages and experience. Let's take a quick tour of VoxelMax's slick interface before showing off some of the surprising hidden features. When the app opens, we are greeted with the familiar file browser in iOS. VoxelMax can store its documents in iCloud, Google Drive, Dropbox, or any other folder on your device. It's set up to automatically sync your save files, so you can edit from your phone on the bus, then jump right over to your iPad in the cafe. VoxelMax also saves your complete file history, so you never run out of undos, even after restarting the app or switching devices. After creating a new file, we see the ground plane of the 256 cubed workspace. In the top left corner is the back button to return to the file browser, hints toggling, undo, and redo. The hints are very helpful when first getting familiar with the app, so I recommend leaving them on for a little while even if you've used other Voxel software before. At the bottom of the screen are the brush and palette controls. By pressing and holding on the cube or sphere buttons, we can drag up and down to select a brush size between 1 and 32 voxels. Tapping on the floor grid will use our selected voxel brush. Single finger swiping will rotate the camera, 2-finger swiping will pan, and pinching zooms. Tap the palette button to bring up the color swatches. From here, we can swipe left and right to see 5 pages of 240 preset colors. Check marks display which swatches are currently being used by the model, and the circle indicates what color is selected. Double tapping a swatch opens the color editor, which can be toggled between color modes and has an alpha slider at the bottom to set opacity. Tapping Save sets the swatch to the new settings and returns to the palette. The Material button lets us choose from 8 material slots, with the current one displayed on the palette button. Tapping Edit lets us change the material properties with sliders for surface roughness, metallic shine, emissive glow, and shadow casting. Tapping Save will apply the changes to any voxel using the material instantly. Materials are bound to the voxels using them, not the colors selected. So you can place voxels with the same blue color with the default plain material, then switch to a metallic or emissive material without changing the color you have selected. This means you can effectively have 240 colors with 8 different materials each for 1,920 different looking voxels in a single model. By pressing and holding on the palette button, we can drag up and down to scroll through the swatches from the last page of the palette that was open. In the right corner are the mode and tool controls. The modes available are Center, Linear, Box, and Face. Center uses the selected box or sphere size to create, erase, paint, or select voxels. Tapping it will toggle between single and freehand modes. Single lets you drag the brush around to accurately place the brush, while freehand allows you to draw all over. Be sure to pause for a split second before moving the freehand brush, or the app will think you are trying to rotate the view. Linear mode draws a straight line, at any angle, from the pressed position to the released position, using the shape and size of the selected brush. Tapping linear again toggles normal mode, which extrudes the brush straight out from the pressed side of a voxel, whether that's up, sideways, or down. Box mode controls a rectangular prism from the pressed position to the released position. Finally, face mode controls a flat face of voxels, and can be used to extrude, contract, or paint a surface. Tapping it toggles between 4 and 8 neighbor searching, which will work with only adjacent voxels or both adjacent and diagonal voxels. The next group of buttons are the Create, Erase, Paint, and Select modes. Each of these have additional uses by tapping or holding on them for a lot of advanced control, but we'll save that for a more in-depth tutorial. Now, for the first big feature that totally took me by surprise, control points. You may have noticed this extra button appearing over all of the mode controls except for face. These buttons let you modify things you've just created, or move and scale selections you've made. This might sound kind of boring for lines and boxes, but check out what it does for freehand strokes. Instantly, you can modify snakes, vines, canyons, and paint stripes. This blew my mind. We'll get into this more in future videos, but just wait. There's another surprise related to this a little later in the video. In the top right corner, we have the stretch and mirror controls for the X, Y, and Z axes. Stretch will, stretch the brush all the way across the selected axis, and mirror will duplicate your actions on the opposite side of your selected axis. Under that is the view cube, which can be tapped on to snap the camera view to the center of the last action made, or tapped again to align the view to the selected side of the cube. The padlock underneath will disable swipe rotation and let you turn the camera from the view cube instead. This can help if you keep accidentally rotating the camera when trying to edit voxels. Long pressing, then releasing the view cube will open up the View Options menu. The first button toggles the grid lines on objects. The second toggles Guide Plane, which is helpful for freehand drawing voxels with no supporting surfaces. The last one enables Presenter View, which is an amazing way to view and share your work. You can play back the entire creative process from the very start, including the camera position when the edits were made, and the tools selected for each step. Then you can have it finish with a 360-degree spin. Capture this in video using iOS's built-in screen recorder, and then you can share it online. Check out this clip from Christoph Tritz's speed build in VoxelMax. He did this all from an iPad, and you can watch the full playback here. Go show him some love on his channel, or follow him on Twitter. We can tap with 3 fingers for a shortcut to the app settings, or click the gear in the file browser. Here are a bunch of bonus features like dark mode and fancy rendering options. But the coolest feature, the surprise I was holding back, is pressure sensitivity. Let's turn these on and go back to the editor. Now when we use freehand center mode, we can gently touch the screen with a thin, bright brush, then push harder to make a thicker, darker stroke. We can even change the swatches to do crazy colors or stripes. The possibilities that pressure sensitivity and control points add to voxel art modeling are endless. This massively speeds up the kinds of organic sculpting I can do. One last thing, we can export these files by going back to the file browser. Tap the Select button, check the file you want to export, and then tap the Share button. You can email or message yourself, or save to a cloud drive you can access from your computer. After saving to Dropbox, I am able to change the .vmax extension to .zip on my desktop and open it like any other folder. Drilling down to the Quick Look folder and opening the preview.zip, I can then copy the Collada DAE file and texture folder out of the zip and import them into Blender or another 3D tool. You can even take the whole preview.zip file and upload it straight to Sketchfab to share online. So, what do you think? Can you see an app like VoxelMax being added to your set of tools? I love the idea of being able to jump between mobile devices and powerful desktops. I've had a sneak peek of some features coming up, and I can tell you that there are a lot more awesome things in store. So definitely try out the beta if you have an iOS device available. Once you've done that, let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you found this video informative, be sure to give it a like. And please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell if you'd like a notification the next time I upload a video. Thank you for watching.